Hello, subscribers. Welcome to a live stream of Wizardry. We're playing the vanilla version on Expert Iron Man. This is a solo character. This is a bard. All right. We got to make our training go on and on and on. It's going to take quite a while. Hey, Zombo, welcome in. How are you doing? You reacted with something on Discord announcement thread. It's like the Wizardry 8 bat signal. You could sense something was coming. Oh, that's funny. And yes, we're going to be facing a lot of bats. All right, King Crab's still there. Hopefully we won't have roaches. And as soon as I say that, we have roaches. That's way too much to deal with. So we'll go upstairs. Sneak past Gregor. Hopefully we'll find something useful in the coffins. The character, the 8 emoji. Nothing to see here, Gregor. Nothing to see.
You all look nervous. Is something up here?
You all look nervous. She's talking to herself. Okay, that's useless. Brimstone ring, that's useful. And now we got to get rid of some weight. Battle axes are not worth much. Get rid of those. Really? Stones. She's talking to the chat. Yeah, maybe that's it. You're on to something there, Zomble. Okay, let's get rid of some of these, I guess. Man. I'll just have to remember that I put those there for when I need to train throwing. So we got a useful item out of that.
Look at those things.
Okay. So let's see if the roaches moved. They probably didn't. All right, they're still there. We got to get out of here. Let's just go here. Okay, let's see where the roaches went.
Look, creatures.
All right, they're just sitting there. Sure they're gonna come for us. Oh, they went by. That's really surprising. Okay.
Look at those things.
All right, we're finally back to our safe grinding spot. Really wish those would despawn. $16 hit points against those. It's not gonna cut it.
Look at those things.
If we had enough throwing, we could hit them with a stink bomb. But we don't.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a good one. Hey, Almacia, welcome in. How are you doing? You didn't think that'd be great solo? They're not great solo. They are not. I do challenge runs.
So much for that.
Shield 9, close combat 10. Nice. Yeah, I've beaten this game solo Iron Man run with a samurai with stealth. Start level 1 rogue and then go samurai. That's about the best combo you can have. Rogue gets stealth up and then Lord is probably second place. That's really strong too. But this, we're trying just a straight bard. It's going to be really, really ridiculously hard. With Iron Man, of course. It's easy. Any of them's easy if you save scum. We don't do that here. We do Iron Man.
Look at the. I hope
More bats.
These guys aren't as tough as they look.
I like it. Hey, Igloo, welcome in. How are you doing? He says, easy game. Just find a light shield. Nope, then you still got to worry about paralysis. That shield does you no good when you get paralyzed. Or blinded. Any condition. Just makes your evasion go to 0. 5, technically. That shield is useless. Nice. No training. We got no training out of that. Training scam. Let me see. It says bards. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was just delayed. Nice. Bards, one of the classes I've never really done much with anyway. I'm sure they're fine in a group. Yeah, they're actually super strong in a group. They have a heal all instrument.
Look,
Unlimited charges, basically. So, and then later they can even get a restoration loot. Renaissance loot, it's called. That one's super ridiculous. But solo, not so much. We'll see how far we can make it.
Look at them.
Roaches. It's actually dangerous for me to even rest
Look at
there.
those things.
Nope.
Look, creatures.
They could kill us this next round right here. This one right here can kill us.
Oh. Hey, I'm wounded.
Hey, Car, welcome in. How are you doing? I don't want to apply my level up because then we'll start getting spiders that can paralyze us. I need to do a lot more training. Alright, so the roaches are probably going to be here in the hallway. Don't see him yet. Nice.
Look at those things.
Hey, Jeff, welcome in. How are you doing? When one Wizzy 8 ends, a new begins. That's because it's not Wizzy 8, it's Wizzy Infinity. That's right. And who canonically has the most kills in all of Wizzy 8? That's right, it's Mr. Snippy, the most deadly catch.
Look, creatures. Look at those things.
Tell us the name of the game you've been playing, Jeff. The dollar store version, the RPG, action RPG. Zach, it's X-A-K. It looks pretty cool to me.
Look at those.
One of your save slots got corrupted,
Look at those.
so he doesn't hope that keeps happening. Oh man, yeah, really. Is it, are you using emulation, or is it the game itself that corrupted it? I know that happened to you on something else too. The PC Engine is on some goofy stuff when it comes to saving.
Look.
Man, that sucks. That's the cardinal sin, isn't it? Corrupt saves. You're using real hardware with a flash cart. Turbo EverDrive Pro. Well, sorry to hear that. I hope it doesn't keep happening.
Look, creatures.
You think some games just take up a lot of space even for themselves? Well, still, even if it's a space issue, it shouldn't be corrupted. Okay, that's a good deal right there. Don't shoot at the Tanika fish. Ugh. Noob. Each game should have its own backup copy RAM file, so it should only affect itself, but I don't know. It's a 90s experience. Yeah, that sucks. We have to run. We may die this next round right now. 11 hit points. Nope. I think I'm going to have to apply that level up. I really don't want to, but 16 hit points against the roaches just isn't going to cut it. Car says, on that note, we need a 20 gigabyte texture pack for this game. Who wants to start? Jeff says, the Horde on 3DO is the funniest saving conflict I've ever seen. Without asking, it'll delete all other saves and then take up the entirety of the save RAM. Wow. That's brutal. I want to use a potion here. Do a little wiggle dance. There we go. Okay. This level up I'm not applying. We're only doing one. Car says, with a name like Horde, are you surprised it takes up all this space? And Jeff says, we need official D Forte voice and face in this game. Soft shell crabs. No, I don't want to be fighting those. Alright, we're gonna make a run for it. Alright, let's try the noxious slime. It's gonna be time to run.
That's much better.
Sword 19, shield 12. Here we go.
So much for that.
Hey, we have 1 on bow now. 1 whole point. Yeah, we made it, Zomble. Alright, this we're gonna sell.
Found nothing. Oh, look! An item! Oh, look! An item!
Scroll of haste. Alright, let's go back to our grinding spot. Level 3! Swarming roaches. Those are even worse than the regular roaches. Yuck. Five gnar rats. There's no way we could do that fight. Wizardry shows no mercy. Hey, Grimbork, welcome in. How are you doing? Yes, this is another solo run. I did successfully complete a solo expert run with Iron Man run with Samurai last time. We were doing a bard. Neverb's on a 20 stream watch streak. Welcome in. How are you doing?
Look, creatures!
20 emoticons, including the hype one.
Look, creatures!
Come on, Narrats, go away. I don't want to run into the fish down here. Let's wait for them. Looks like the crabs left at least. You know what? I'm gonna go back out here and rest. I need to get the gnar rats to go away. At least to move somewhere else. Are we not leveling up to get weaker spawns? Yeah, it's already getting spawns that are too strong for us. at level 3. If I go level 4, it's going to get even worse. So we're training, working on our weapon skills. We need to get that higher. With a solo character on Expert Iron Man, you have no choice. Especially when they're a bard. Even a fighter would get owned. We just have to wait until we can get something we can actually kill. I need more potions too. I think I'm gonna go upstairs and see Burrs and get some more. So we can't heal ourselves without potions.
Look at those things.
We should have enough hit points to get through this now.
Looks trapped.
Barely. Three hit points. Yeah, super close. Alright, gloves. We can put those on.
Look at those things.
Got some new stuff.
That's only worth 7. That's a tarnished. Selling it. Okay, let's see what kind of armor you got for us. Suede tunic. That's an upgrade. It's about the best armor we can get right now from him. We're going to stick with the rapier.
Come back in.
Bye-bye.
I need more stamina potions.
Come back in.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Look at those things. Look, creatures. Look at those things.
Got some news.
All right, let's see here.
Come back in.
Bye-bye.
All right, now those will last us a little bit.
Look at those things.
Zonville says in late game, how much less powerful are instruments compared to a caster with power cast? If you have 100 power cast, it essentially will be probably about a whole level of power. So instead of level 7, it'd be like level 8. However, your level makes a huge difference. So if you got your bard, let's say 5 levels higher than a caster with 100 power cast, that bard would be on the same level. Like the same quality of spell. Against enemies at least, not with buffs. But against like casting anything that's either offensive or a debuff, it'd be equal. With buffs, it will never compete with power cast. But besides that, the biggest problem with the instruments is you don't get to control the power level. So it could very easily backfire or fizzle. It's just not the best situation. Grandborg says, by the way, I learned this week that Gregor's a reference to Kafka Metamorphosis. I had heard that it was in reference to a Shakespeare book. Grandborg, does that have anything to do with Shakespeare? Sanville says, Bard has all the highest level spells. Pandemonium, Nuclear
Look at
Blast,
those
Restoration.
things.
They have a couple. They definitely don't have all. Yeah, you can get Cerebral Hemorrhage too. They have a lower form of the Prismic. No, never mind. Hold on, that's a Gadgeteer. Yeah, so they don't have any of the Prismic spells. They don't get Concussion. Falling Stars. Death Cloud. Yeah, there's quite a few they don't get, but they get a good variety. And they get Magic Screen. That's really good. We won't have Element Shield, but we shouldn't need it. We should be able to get items to make up the difference. Of course, we'll get our... If we can make it that far, we'll get our level up high. And that boosts your resistance against enemies, basically. So yeah, the hard part's getting to that point.
Look, creep.
Is a Gadgeteer even more fragile? In the beginning, yes. Would a Gadgeteer or a Bard be better for solo?
Look.
I think a Bard's better Ultimately, a Gadgeteer would probably end up being stronger in the end game, but they're so terrible in the beginning. It's probably one of the weakest, if not the weakest, in the very beginning of the game. What kind of enemy are we going to face here?
Look, Chris. Look at those things.
Okay, I saw some red, but I think it's
I
upstairs.
hope these guys aren't as tough as.
Oh! Okay, these can actually hit us from up there with spells. And they're level 4. We need to run. Oh! They knocked us out with fear. That's not good. I think they can cast attack spells, but I think it's within throwing range. I'm hoping he's just barely out. Yeah, long range. You know, I could probably get some training here. I don't think they have any long range attack spell.
Oh, that's more like it. Yes, that's much better.
Knocked us out again. This is why I didn't want to become level 3. Because the spawns get a lot harder. But having 16 hit points was just terrible. Roach could kill us in 2 hits. I mean, even with 21 hit points, a roach could still kill us in 2 hits. But it's less likely. We haven't even been able to shoot an arrow yet.
Yes, that's much better.
Fell unconscious again.
Oh, that's more like it. Oh, that's more like it. Yes, that's much better.
It's Groundhog Day. I mean, our mental's 45. It's not 25. Every time. Get knocked out.
That's more like it. Oh, that's more like it.
That's unbelievable. The level difference going from 3 to 4, plus playing on expert, that gives them a 100% chance to make me fall unconscious.
Much better.
We're just gonna have to move if we can. Nope, fell unconscious again. There we go. Oh, it still sees us.
Yes, that's much better.
Undead heads.
Look, creatures.
Uh, gonna take ages. That's actually a very rare spawn. Definitely don't want to run into those in the hallway. Let's open this up.
Something over there. Found nothing. Looks trapped.
Dagger scatter. Leather helm. Tiny upgrade there.
Look at those things. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Really? It's sitting right there and we miss. It was asleep. At least we can get a little bit of music training.
Look at those those things.
So I'm not sure there's any place we can rest to avoid those undead heads.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Bow, bow increased to 2.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
No training that time.
Look at those things. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Arrows are so dirt cheap. It's fine to waste these. Music 15. So the next instrument we get is the piercing pipes, but it's quite a ways off for us because we have to go all the way out Arnica Road. But then that at least gives us a area of effect attack spell.
Look, creatures. I hope these guys
The Gadgeteer gets theirs earlier. They can get it in the upper monastery.
blocked.
Still get training when you miss, it's just not as frequently. Yep, we got an increase there. Bow 3.
Look at those things. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look. Look at those things.
Bow 4. Okay, so that red over there is something new.
Look, creatures.
Noxious slime. That's actually a good one. That's something we can actually kill. Right, let's use the poet's lid on it. Get some good training here. $33 hit points. Wow. Okay, we're not going to get in melee range.
I'm wounded.
That's cheap. You know what? I'm not going to advance. It's using up stamina doing this. Okay.
those things.
I can't see how much stamina is left, but it definitely used some up there. It's halfway dead.
Hey, I'm wounded.
There we go, unconscious. Perfect.
So much for that.
We have really 2 level ups we could apply right now. But I don't want to do that because our training's too low.
Look, creatures. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Trying to get the fish to come closer.
Look, creatures. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Increase on bow and ranged.
Look, creatures. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
They're much tougher than they look. She says, I hope they're not as tough as they look. I'm like, they don't look tough. They are definitely tough. They hardly ever miss. Early in the game, that is.
Look,
So we still got one more noxious fume or noxious slime to kill by the treasure chest.
look at those things. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Is our bonus chest? It's 2. Nice music increase. With rapier, we have +5 to it.
Look at those things. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Three misses in a row.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Okay, let's go kill the noxious slime. Guess we'll go this way. I also didn't get the sticks over here. Let's go do that. I feel like the bard can actually use them. Well, they can use cracker sticks. Ooh. What do we got? Noxious? Okay. He is by himself. It's retreating. Yes, can't figure out how to get to us.
Oh, look! An item!
Yes, the bard can use those. Good. Good, good, good.
Look, creatures!
Really?
Yes, that's much better.
Don't want to keep spinning potions. So we won't be able to get the identify spell. We'll be able to use scrolls, but that'll be it. So we need to get artifacts up there. Just kind of a waste. I mean, I guess I could sell items and buy them back to get them identified if they're really powerful.
Look.
But we kind of waste our money doing that. We could eventually, if we can make it to Sadok or Pharaoh,
Look.
they did for
creatures.
free. But that's a long way off.
Look at those things. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
There we go. Bow and ranged increase. Hey Jimmy, welcome in. How are you doing? How goes our lonely bard? They're okay. It's extremely slow.
Look, creatures.
Super, super slow. Spiders? Ooh. Okay, these are not good. They give a ton of experience, but man, they're not good. Throwing range. Yeah, this... We can't deal with that right there. Kill us. Ah! It paralyzed us. Unless we get out of this, we're done. Here comes another one. 90% sure we're dead here. Yeah, there's 3 of them. 98% sure we're dead. This is why I didn't want to go to level 3. They eventually run out of stamina, but we don't have the hit points to deal with that. With the Lord, you have regen ability, but with this Bard, hit points are too low. It just perpetually paralyzes. Yeah, it's stun lock. Hey, SSP, welcome in. How are you doing? Jimmy says, this is all Kiffer's fault. Why is he in the chat? Is he lurking? Out of stamina and paralyzed. We're dead. So one thing we could try, I'm not sure if it'll be feasible or not. is a gadgeteer getting to their uh, lightning rod early. I'm not sure if I can do it or not because the attack weapon on the gadgeteer is bad. Potentially, if I start as a lord and switch to gadgeteer, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but we could get a rapier that way and at least use that. The other option is we could start as maybe a fighter so we can kill the slimes and stuff and then switch to a gadgeteer and then focus on the lightning rod. It's another potential option. It would give us more hit points. Yeah, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do here. Jaforn says, there is a chance the game will crash mid-fight. Yeah, that is always a possibility. Hey, Hot Toddies, welcome in. How are you doing? Yes, the Rangers did win. That was a successful run. So I'm thinking about a fighter. Think about this for a minute. Lord, replace with fighter. Get to level 2, switch to gadgeteer. Get the lightning rod upstairs. We need to focus on throwing so we can kill the spiders with a stink bomb. Yeah, gosh, I just don't know if the lightning rod's gonna cut it because it uses up so much stamina. The next gadgeteer item we would get would be so far off. It's just gonna suck so bad in the beginning. But I don't want to do the same things I've already done. Hatai says, dang, finally got a win and I missed the ending. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the 5 Rangers did really well. It was actually wasn't that hard for the 5 character run. 5 of one type, I mean. Let me see what we would need minimum. Strength, intelligence, dexterity, senses. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. That's why they are so bad in the beginning. This is just... It's too hybrid. Too much hybrid. Yeah, they just don't have synergy with a fighter. It's so impossible. I just don't think I can make that work. Samurai was a success, and fighter, or I'm sorry, Lord, almost a success. I've tried all these others, and they're all pretty bad. Ninja would be the next easiest one to do. I don't really want to do that for that reason. Jimmy says, I'd expect almost any full party run will make it for far now after you've learned, aka suffered, the solo runs. That's true, Jimmy. Yes, the solo runs are so hard on Expert Iron Man that it does make full parties pretty darn easy. The hardest part in the solo runs is this beginning. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do. I mean, if I started with a ninja, it's going to have some synergy with a gadgeteer. What we're missing here, I think, is intelligence and a little bit of senses. We could quickly kill the enemies with shurikens. We could switch to the gadgeteer, get his lightning rod upstairs in the monastery. We'd also start with a decent amount of throwing. So this probably has the most synergy. Miss some intelligence, dexterity, and senses. Okay. Hobbit. That should make us qualify. We won't have any armor. Okay, so if I start as a lord, replace with a ninja, do I even need to do that? I can get a rapier upstairs. Yeah, they do start with a little better armor though. Okay. That will reserve it for the gadgeteer for once we hit level 2. Yes. All right. So we're going to start as a lord. It doesn't matter what attributes we have here.
Grimpack the Mughal.
Okay. Train artifacts. Get it up to 18. Let's do throwing. Going to become a gadgeteer. Oh, wait, we're supposed to be female, aren't we? Yep. That's weird. It won't play the voice in game like that. Okay, we'll do this. 225, yes. I'm pretty sure the Gadgeteers replacement money is dirt cheap, like their equipment. So let's do the ninja again. Get some more shurikens. I could have done a monk. Monks are even cheaper. Yeah, let's do a monk. We're gonna fast track this. There's 200 and something for the ninjas, which we don't need to do again. Yeah, theirs is only 97. Let's do it again. Well, I don't know how much the Gadgeteers equipment's going to cost. I think it's pretty cheap. I think it's less than 100, or around 100. It's almost as I just rewinded to see the death paralysis scam. If I've ever seen one before. Yeah. There is some gold in the treasure chest. Let's do this one more time. Okay, now we have 45 shurikens for the real ninja. Alright, 60 strength. I think I'll put the rest here. Okay. This. 1 point here. And point on sword. This will be the Gadgeteer. So we're going to do this. Proceed anyway. Yep. Okay. Now with these shurikens we can kill anything pretty quickly. Alright. Let's see what we get out of this. Ooh, leather hauberk. Wow. That'll be good once we switch to the Gadgeteer. And we got feather darts for the ninja. Nice. Can we give her chaotic voice number 2? No, I am not doing that. That would just irritate me the whole time.
Our shipwreck here.
Okay.
I smell the scent of danger here.
Every time you watch the game, you're in awe of how effective the voice is. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the chaotic voices. Hey Tim, welcome in. How are you doing? Even though it's just a few canned lines, it feels very believable. Like a real party with different personalities. Yeah,
Must be done. Must be done.
yeah, they're good voice acting.
It's short, and I just made it much shorter.
Indeed.
And so we prevail. For now, a creature approaches.
Tim says, now even better. Get to watch you play and have fun. We doing great. Glad to hear it, Tim. Jimmy says, Gadget making short work of those slimes. Yeah. The ninja's auto penetrate throwing's probably the best ability in the game. Gosh, do I do the stealth training thing? I really don't want to do that. It's probably going to be the only way I can keep them alive.
A creature approaches.
Got a bunch of rats coming. Would a fairy ninja solo be viable? Yes, I think so. I think any kind of ninja could work. I don't want to waste my throwing there. Need him to get closer here. Okay, so there's our level up. I've got all these shurikens to get through, though. I don't want to waste them, so I'm not going to apply the level up yet. How many do I have left? 14, 17, and 8. Plus there's some feather darts. Elsewhere. A guaranteed set. Let's see how much damage it does. 3. Get 2 more throws in. 13.
Most valuable addition. A creature approaches. Observe. An item. Look over there.
Hey, Mr. Spock, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh, actually, let me pick up these arrows real quick. Do some artifact training.
My gratitude.
Hang on one second, guys. I'm going to take a break here real quick. I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so we're still identifying arrows. Get our artifact training in here. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday.
My gratitude.
You know, Mr. Spock isn't necessarily off on Saturday because he's in his own business. Most people are off on Saturday.
My gratitude.
Okay, that should have gave us some good artifacts. What are we at? 7. Nice. Where are we at? Let's go back this way.
I sense something moving.
Wow. That slime had some hit points on it.
Mind, and so we prevail. For now.
Coavania, welcome to the stream. Says Secret Agent Man plays. Yes. The ninja, he's going to turn into a gadgeteer, which is going to be really weird. That's the plan. You sometimes work on Saturday too, Tim? Usually if overtime's what they want. Yeah. This spec says, I guess since I don't have anything to work on right now, I'm off, lol. But that could change at any moment. Gotcha. Well, hopefully you can enjoy the time off. I know sometimes when it's a famine situation, it's not really easy to enjoy the time. Pretty accurate to history. Ninja did like having a lot of gadgets and were early adapters of guns. Yes, that's true. That is true. And since they're both pretty heavy attribute requirements, there's a lot of synergy with the ninja and the gadgeteer. You almost always do it if they ask for overtime. Coavania says he's Lockpick. Reborn. Welcome back, Lockpick. He had to change his name. Again. Miss Spock says, Gadgeteer solo run sounds rough. Yes, extremely rough. That's an understatement. The ninja, though, right now we can have no problems with the ninja. Which is why we're doing it. Rats. It was inspired by your fixation of Castlevania and coffee. Gotcha. This is dangerous right now. Okay, the rat missed. We got lucky there.
Pain is simply a state
Oh
of
boy, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. This rat hits us, we're a goner. Or the slime for that matter. Ugh. I thought I had more healing potions. This has to be healing potion. Okay.
pain is simply a state of mind.
Alright, I think we're okay.
All creatures must rest again. Pain is simply a state of mind. And so we prevail.
Survived by the skin of our teeth, guys. Look at that training. Nice. Okay. Now that we're almost out of throwing items. There are a few more darts in there I can get. But once we get out of throwing items, we're going to switch, I think. Ooh.
I sense something moving.
Yeah, I'm not going to risk that. See if we can sneak. We may look out and get some throwing items from this chest. Let's find out what happens.
I sense something moving.
Nope. No luck.
A creature approaches.
So there's some darts over here. Be able to get those. Longer we can stay a ninja, easier it's going to be for us.
Observe. An item. Look over there. A most valuable addition.
When do ninjas start getting alchemical spells? Level 5.
Look over there.
There's 9 more darts. It would make sense. Gadgeteer would go through a chemistry course during their undergrad. Yeah. True, true. Okay.
Look over there.
This we can put on right now. Mr. Spock says, me, if only I can figure out how to be a ninja. I want things easy. You need the auto-penetrate throwing ability. That's what makes ninjas crazy good in the beginning.
Locked. A creature approaches.
Uh, okay, I don't like this situation.
I sense something moving.
Okay, they scurried by that direction. And endure the elements? That is the first set, how to sneak into a plane and endure the elements. Oh, I missed some of the conversation about traveling in this economy, Mr. Spock says. Rolls for sneak against TSA, Mr. Spock says.
I sense something moving.
Oh. Okay, that's okay. We can do this. Unless we roll minimums. There we go.
And so we prevail. For now. I sense something moving.
Okay.
A mechanical contraption of some kind. Perhaps we should attempt to activate it.
So we're at 8,200 experience. What's our throwing? 14.
A creature approaches.
Stealth of 12. And we have 17 throwing items. We are overloaded. Artifacts of 9. We need 102 here. Well, gosh, we're close. Drop the sandals. That's still not enough. Drop one of the bow staffs. There we go. Okay.
A creature approaches.
So I'm trying to decide if I want to switch. I don't think so. I'd like to get a sword that I could train with on the ninja at level 1 here. Let me see if Burrs has something like that.
Who is that?
Was that you? Come back in.
Till we meet again.
Communication skill of 1. Can still train with that. Keeping the leather hauberk. We have quilt laying up there. Okay. Do you have a sword we can use? Dagger. No sword. I think they can probably only use like katanas and wakazashis. Don't think he sells those.
Till we meet again. A creature approaches.
Hey, Kiffer, welcome in. How are you doing? What's happening over here? We're doing a solo expert Iron Man run in Wizardry 8 with ridiculous choices.
I sense something moving.
That's what's going on here. How about over in your neck of the woods?
What must be done must be done.
Training in the umbral arts of ninjutsu before getting a steady job as a gadgeteer. That's right. You're just chilling? Cool. Are you chilling in your finger shoes? Where did the others go? There they are.
And so we prevail. For now.
Indeed. No shoes today. You're going to solve your shoe conflict soon. You're going to have to solve it soon. Ah. Well, best of luck with that situation.
A creature approaches.
Got some news.
Stink bombs. We can throw these outside of combat. Actually, we could even kill ourselves with only 13 hit points. If I level up, I think we could get away. Power 3, 13 hit points. I think we would survive the worst case rolls with this. I need healing potions though, honestly. Let's get 2 stink bombs.
Come back and
Till we meet again.
I also need stamina.
come back and
Till we meet again.
Okay. We don't have enough hit points to open his safe. Because if we set off that trap, we could die. Some more things over here to snag. And then we'll check the coffins. Thanks for giving Kipper the shout out. That was weird. I could swear I saw green. No Gregor. No Gregor.
I smell the
Jimmy says, I knew he couldn't have been here. I couldn't have been far behind a party wife. You're blaming Kipper for that, huh? Well, we got 6 shurikens. Ooh. Leather greaves. And an unidentified ring. That's a brimstone ring again. That's what we got on the last character. that's a really good find. Those greaves are going to be really good on the Gadgeteer. We're not getting garbage, guys. This is unheard of. Okay. Kipper says, as long as I don't get there just before I look golden. Jimmy says he's playing all the angles. Of course.
A creature approaches.
You expect anything else, Jimmy? Okay. All right, guys, I think I'm going to save it here. Next time we'll, yes, we'll do a little bit of fighting with the ninja. I still have a few throwing items. And then once we run out of that, I'll probably switch to the Gadgeteer. So, it's going to be really rough, but we'll do our best. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.